I'm Shelina Elyse, a home cook exploring cultures and practicing my cooking skills with celebrity recipes. Today we are going to do a recipe from Back to the Kitchen, Freddie Prinze Jr.'s cookbook. Let me go ahead and show you what we're making. Well, it's called the Stalker Pasta. It's this right here. There's an adorable little story about him cooking on site and how people always follow him. But there's a particularly special story about this book. And this recipe calls for wine. And, you know, if you're not going to drink it, then you shouldn't cook with it. So let's give it a try. We're going to open this here. And while I do that, I'm going to tell you the story of this book. So when I used to live in Austin, Texas, we would go to Alamo Drafthouse. It is a cinema chain that has different special events and things. And they had a specific event where they were screening She's All That around the same time, or probably in promotion of this cookbook. And Freddie Prinze Jr. gave a talk back at the beginning of the event. And not only did we get this cookbook, but it is also signed from the 90s teen heartthrob himself. So I am very proud of this book. I'm very excited to get to share this recipe with you. And since we've opened the wine, I mean, I'm no sommelier, but I do like to drink wine. So yeah, we drink her, we'll cook with her. So let's go ahead, we'll take the wine, we'll take the book, and we'll get starting to cook Stalker Pasta. This one, I will actually be following along with the book. There's a couple more steps than memorizing. So let's all turn to our hymnals, please. All right, so for Stalker Pasta, we have a soup pot here, and we're going to heat up some olive oil. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on medium, and then we're going to go ahead and put in 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're pretty impressed by my measuring spoon, and you should be, because they're my pride and joy. Literally, had them sitting in an Amazon cart for ages, trying to decide if I should get them. But if you haven't seen already, I also have gold silverware, and I just like things a little bit different. So here we are. We will put this off to the side because we're going to need another tablespoon of olive oil shortly. But we'll go ahead, we'll kind of coat that on the bottom of the pot there. Wait for that to get a little warm. And then after we do that, we're going to play with some pancetta. So this here is pancetta. It's been diced. We are going to use it as, you know, fat and flavoring. If you don't have pancetta, you can also use bacon and dice that up. So either way, totally fine. You can do that. But also, we have ground pork and then mushrooms. These are baby portobello mushrooms, which I have also learned are called cremini mushrooms. So cremini mushrooms and baby portobello mushrooms are the same thing. And also, I bought these whole because I wanted to learn how to do the mushrooms. So what I did was I took a bowl of water. I put in these cremini baby portobello mushrooms, and you kind of dunk them and you'll see the sediment, you know, come off of them. A lot of people say don't wash your mushrooms, but first of all, they come from literally the dirt. So yes, wash them. You just don't want to do it too far in advance. You know, you want to do this right before you're going to use them. So that's what I was doing a little bit ago. So yeah. And it looks like this is getting pretty good for us here. Alright, I'm gonna give that another little bit, but to finish about the mushrooms, so yeah, just do them right beforehand. These, I just cut them up to 1/4 inch slices, so that way we could use them for the recipe. Yeah. So they're good. Alright, let's put one of these in here and see how it's doing. Okay, it's got a little bit of a sizzle. Whenever I'm going to like use onions or bacon to start off a recipe, I will usually just use, like, you know, put in a little bit, and this will gauge how hot the pan is. So that way, like, you know, this wasn't that hot. This will give you a little bit here. You'll hear the sizzle. These will be your gauge piece. See, now we hear that it's sizzling. Excellent. Okay, I'm gonna wait for it to get a little bit hotter. Okay, so now I'm just gonna commit, taking the leap. Just gonna put all the rest of that in there. Yay! So we're just gonna cook this down. Just move it around. Beautiful. So exciting. Oh, while we're doing this, we need garlic. So this is actually going to call for 3 cloves of garlic. So you're just going to take it off of the bulb, and then just take as much of the little paper as you can. Okay, like this. All right. You just peel it off. There we go. Look, little naked garlic cloves. And this one's giving me a little bit of a harder time because it's got a nubbin that's coming off. It's holding on to some paper. So I'm just going to cut off the end, and then that's going to help release the skin of the garlic. Nice. And then these, just going to make sure there aren't any like dried nubbin ends. Remove those. Also nubbin end here. So now we have our 3 pieces of garlic. It smells good. Okay, I'm gonna move this around. What we're doing is we're rendering it a little bit, so that way it adds flavor to the oil. And then also you'll hopefully find these little bits later as you're enjoying this. Beautiful. You know, I don't think I've actually ever cooked with just keeping the garlic cloves whole. It's usually, you know, thinly slicing them, or if you want to smash it, you just take the side of the knife, you smash it to smithereens everywhere. So this is fun. Nice. These are getting better. More done. All right. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna add those whole cloves. We're just gonna commit to the whole cloves. It's amazing. And then we also will put in our last tablespoon of olive oil. Ooh-ah. And then we're also gonna brown some ground pork. Excellent. Don't be scared if it splashes back at you. You'll be fine. I'm just going to use the spoon here, or the spatula rather, and just kind of break these up. Okay. And then also, I have a little pinch of salt and pepper. Oh, also with the set of measuring cups and spoons that I got, it came with another set of little measuring spoons that will measure like little measurements, like if you need a dash or a pinch. So I used it because that was a pinch of salt. And what I learned also on the measuring, it says that a pinch is 1/16 of a teaspoon. So if you don't have that, there's that knowledge for you. I love this. I love browning things. Oh man, it smells good. Alright, I'm gonna leave this to rest for a second because I'm also gonna take a little break because I have a glass of wine over here that I can enjoy. And I've actually never had this brand of wine. Brand? Huh? I've had Pinot Noir, but this is delicious. Is it fruit forward? Are those tannins? I don't know. I'm not gonna recommend any wine. Maybe that'll be my next adventure. I'll learn more about wine. Until then, I'm gonna practice my cooking. Ooh, it is coming along nicely. Excellent. All right. And since we're using the book today, let's turn the page. Okay. So, probably one of the better parts. Before we get to doing this, I'm going to share, because this next part is going to go a little fast, or so as the book says. We'll see how it goes. In the book, it calls for 1 box of strained tomatoes. And I was like, why were the tomatoes so strained? Are they having like a hard time at work? Are they like having other relationship problems? And then that's, you know, no. So I Googled it, and strained tomatoes are strained tomatoes. They are processed, and then they go through a straining process to take out other, like the skins and the seeds and all the things. Anyways, through that, I learned that passata, I think is how you pronounce it, is strained tomatoes. So it's I think the Italian word for the strained tomatoes. I am so very glad that my usual grocery store had it, because there were other things about, yes, you can substitute strained tomatoes for like whatever, and you use food processor and things. I'm practicing cooking, so I'm like, I'm gonna try to keep the outside steps from the recipe to the minimum. But if you don't have passata, or if you don't have a box of strained tomatoes, if you can't get it somewhere or from something, know that the internet will tell you how to make a substitute. So I'm very excited to see what this is like. So this is ooh. These aren't even strained, because that's the American word. These are sieved Italian tomatoes. So they've been through like a lot. They've had a lot of pressure put onto them. But you know, they probably get a lot more PTO there than we do. So they're just sieved instead of strained. All right, so next, what we're gonna do, the wine finally comes in. We are going to put in a 4th cup of wine. Okay, excellent. 4th cup of wine, and we're putting in high heat. So I'm going to put you at an 8, and we are going to reduce this by half. So here we are. I also haven't cooked with wine a lot before, so I'm very excited to see how this turns out. Mainly because, you know, did I do it right? Okay. Take it down by half. We'll give this a little bit more. I'm gonna stop touching it. Just let it live its best wine life. Perfect. Smells so good. Nice. Okay. That looks like we've been taken to half by me. So now we're gonna add in our mushrooms. Ooh. And then also our passata. All right. Woo! Oh, neat. Yes. All right. Perfect. And we're also going to take this little tomatoey goodness and stir. Alright, now we're gonna make this boil. It's pretty already. It feels so fancy. Passata and wine. If I do this right, will I get stalkers? Because those were not my intentions. Do this right? Will I be a mob wife? Okay, I'm gonna let that be for just a second. We're gonna be boiling and boiling. Okay. Sorry, I said I was gonna touch it and I touched it. It's a thing I do. All right. She's boiling. Okay. Now that she's boiling, then we put her to a simmer. So I'm gonna put her down to 3 here. And then she is going to hang out. She's going to talk a bunch of trash. Hopefully she de-stresses though. She's no longer strained. Alright. We'll come back to her in 45 minutes. See what she's got to say for herself. Alright, so we took a little break. We let her simmer down. She is way less strained and sieved. So we have a beautiful reduced sauce. It's just, the mushrooms are soft. It's chunky now. And who's mad at chunky? So in the meantime, we've also put our pasta on to boil. So it is now ready to go ahead and be drained. So let's turn this off. Grab this here. Okay. Excellent. Just shake it off a little bit. And put her back in. Bring her back here. We won't put you back on the burner. So, since this is reduced, we're also going to turn this off. And so for plating, we're going to put some pasta. This is a gorgeous little spoon. It's gonna take forever. I want a portion for ants. Okay. All right. And then I want to make sure to get a good helping of mushrooms. Oh, there's a garlic clove. Just watch out for those. Or eat the whole thing if you want. All right. We're going to move this off of the burner as well. Go back there. So now it is time to garnish. So this is what we have so far. It's fine. It's pasta. It's sauce. This device, very popular on the internet, very well known among a certain Italian food chain. A friend of mine gifted this to me, and I have yet to buy a wedge of cheese to use with it. So today's the day. I'm very excited. So in this bell here, there is, let me take the cheese out. There's a grate that will spin as you move the handle. We'll put the cheese in here. This locks in the cheese, and then you should just be able to. Oh. How much cheese do I want? We would probably be here an embarrassing amount of time, but you know what? I'm enjoying this. Look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna stop. I'll stop. Don't escape. Little piece of cheese. All right, so pasta, sauce, cheese. Let's elevate parsley, fresh parsley. Now that is so pretty. I feel so fancy. Look at me. Look at, Okay. I'm gonna mix this up because I don't want to miss out on any of the sauce. No naked noodles. I mean, I'm gonna drop them everywhere, but they won't be naked. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Perfect. Let's get a little bit of ground pork. Let's get a mushroom. Let's get a noodle. Fancy parsley. Yeah. Yep. That's absolutely delicious. I feel so fancy. Not just because of the cheese and the parsley, but it was so easy to add wine! Why am I not having my wine? Okay, now I'm extra fancy. Well, regular fancy, because I had this earlier. It's great. That was so easy, and it's so delicious. I could see why he would put this in there as something that he does when he was on movie sets and things, and, you know, didn't have his home base. Anyways, I'm so glad we tried that recipe. I'm so glad I got to use that very special book. It's delicious. I would be sharing this with more people. But thank you so much for coming and hanging out with me while I made a beautiful mess, much like myself, but made a beautiful mess in the kitchen. Made all better with a little bit of wine. But yeah, if you have any recipes that you've tried from the Freddie Prinze Jr. book, or if you have any other celebrity books or recipes that you want me to try, please let me know. I would be happy to take a look and then probably give that a go and see, you know, what my skills look like afterwards. Anyways, thank you so much. Here's another cultural discussion, or that's not it. Here is another cultural discovery. Thank you so much. Bye.
I don't like mushrooms. I'm just gonna try no mushrooms.